welcome back to another All Heart video. For today's video, I have some more fun fall activities for you to be able to present to your little ones at home. I felt like that first video was just not going to be enough activities to get us through this fall season. So we do have quite a few to get through today. So with that, let's go ahead and get started on today's video.
For the very first activity, we're going to be looking at the anatomy of the pumpkin. This is a very similar activity to what we did with the apple last week, and my children just absolutely loved this activity so much that I knew that we had to do it with the pumpkin. We are using the 3-part Montessori cards. I absolutely love being able to utilize these types of cards just because I feel like my children really learn all of the different parts very, very well. If you're not familiar with the 3-part cards in Montessori, the first set of cards always includes the highlighted portion that we are looking at along with the word, and then the rest of the cards, once you feel like your child has really gotten a really good understanding of the cards, has the word separated from the picture. That way they are making the connection between the word and the picture later on. I highly suggest actually using a natural pumpkin for this activity. It just makes it that much more fun. They're able to really get in there, to feel the fibrous strands, to play with the seeds, to look at the cavity, and even just the sense of smell. You can just really smell that pumpkin when you're able to cut it open. It just made the experience that much better. So as you can see here, this is the last part of the 3-part cards. Like I mentioned, the word and the picture are separated, but the pictures are still highlighted. So your child is very easily able to make the connection between that highlighted portion of the picture and the word. I did include a chart once again for the pumpkin just to really reinforce what my children had learned. If you have toddlers, this is the perfect activity for them. It's very easy to set up. You don't even need the bags. You can use just 2 little bins or 2 little boxes. I do suggest that you write small and big and include a picture. That way your child is able to make the connection between the word and the picture. But all I did was print out different sizes of pumpkins so that she can separate the small ones from the big ones. This is a very good early math activity, and as you can see, my daughter just absolutely loved it. This next activity doesn't just allow them to use their visual perception to line the pumpkins up in order from smallest to biggest, but it also introduces them to some new descriptive terms such as small, bigger, and biggest. I wanted to make sure to include a counting activity this time around. So these are cards that I was able to find pretty easily on Pinterest, and I was just able to laminate them and print them out. And I included our wooden lacing beads for this activity as well. So my daughter is very, very good at counting, but I do feel like sometimes she struggles just a little bit with connecting the word with the actual numbered representation of that particular number. So I thought that this activity was just the perfect way for her to really practice those sets of skills and make the connection between the word and that visual representation of that number. It had been a while since my children had been able to work with Play-Doh, so I decided to include this activity just for a little bit of fun. This is perfect to allow them to use their creativity and also to work with those fine motor skills and really developing that strength in their fingers. We were able to pull out all of the Play-Doh that we had actually made and really just kind of work with all of those pretty fall colors. So I absolutely love working with Play-Doh. I think my children really love this activity, and it's one that is, again, very easy to set up. I'll go ahead and leave the link down below for these sets of mats. I do suggest that you laminate them though. That way they can reuse these over and over again. We decided to take a little break and go for a little nature walk around our property. This is something that we do basically every day when we feel like we've been cooped up and the weather was just perfect fall weather. So we were able to pick up some really pretty leaves. We were able to find some pine cones and just really kind of enjoy being out in the fresh air. Once we were done picking up our goodies, we were able to go back inside and really look closely at everything that we had found around nature. We were able to really pick out all of the different colors in all of the different leaves, look at and feel the different textures of the pine cone, and really just dissect all of the different pieces that we had found. I really enjoy working with the color tablets to really look at that graduation in color, because it really allows your child to see all of the different spectrums of color and not just think that things are those primary colors. Things are made up of so many different colors, and you can really just see that with all of these pretty fall leaves. I'll go ahead and leave a link for this mat down below. We have been able to use it so much. It's obviously not necessary. It's just something that if you were thinking of getting something like this, I'll go ahead and include it just for you guys. It's not fall without a little fall time snack. So this time around, we're going to be making some chips that are sprinkled with brown sugar and cinnamon. You're going to need brown sugar, cinnamon, flour tortillas. You can choose to use corn if you like. And the first thing that you're going to do is cut out all of your shapes. We decided to use the little pumpkins and the little fall leaves just because it really ties into our theme, but it's not necessary. The next thing you want to do is separate your butter and place it in the oven for just a few seconds so that it melts. And while that is melting, you want to go ahead and separate your sugar and cinnamon mixture. Feel free to add as much or as little as you want. Just make sure that when you are done, to give it a really good mix. Once your butter has melted, go ahead and brush both sides of your little cutouts. Keep in mind that the more butter that you use, the more the brown sugar and cinnamon is going to adhere to it, and the yummier it's going to be in my and my children's opinion. This is such a fun little recipe for your children to be able to help you with, and it's very safe for them to do. And they just absolutely love being able to help out in the kitchen. Once you are done, this is exactly what they're going to look like. We went ahead and put sugar and cinnamon on both sides, put it in the oven for 350 degrees, and wait about 10 to 12 minutes or until you feel like they've gotten that really pretty golden brown. Once they are done, pull them out, leave them out for just a few minutes. They cool down very quickly. Once they're cool, then you could place them in your favorite holiday dish and they're ready to serve. that will do it for this fall activities video. I'll make sure to leave a link down below to the first part of this fall activities video that we worked on last week. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and remember to ring that notification bell so that you are notified of when I next post a video. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll see you back here very, very soon.